I had a stroke. I was in really bad shape. Within 24 hours, he came back with the woman. The woman came to my door, to my house. Out of revenge, I got together with his best friend. Yeah, I had a stroke. I went through some tough times in my life, but my recovery is going great. Today, for the first time, I rode my motorcycle, and today is my lucky day. I was with someone, we had been together for 6 months. Then on the second day after I got back from the hospital, I was still feeling really bad. Late at night, a woman knocked on my door. It was one of his women. We had been together for 6 months. He introduced me to his family. He made it official with everyone. And within 24 hours, he went back to the woman. I welcomed her in. She came inside. I explained how I was doing, and she saw for herself. She told me she was his woman, that she wasn't going to leave him no matter what. So I said, all right, then, if that's what you want, that's what you'll get. When she left, I blocked him. I blocked him everywhere because if she really wanted him, she could just have him. He still kept coming after me a lot, and she came after me too. And I was always trying my best to avoid it. I needed some peace. I needed my peace and quiet, and they wanted to take it away from me. Out of revenge, I got together with his best friend. Ever since then, his friend has stopped talking to me, but that's all he wanted anyway. So I let it go.
It served its purpose. It really served its purpose.
At this point in my life, I'm not worried about wanting someone. I'm focused on my recovery, on my work, because I'm an entrepreneur. I have a small snack stand. I had to stop for a while. Now I'm slowly getting back to it, and I'm still very young. I'm 28 years old.
And how old?
28.
Yes, that's remarkably young.
But I carry a very heavy load. It's really full, really heavy. I have an 8-year-old daughter whom I raise on my own. I have an 84-year-old mother who has Alzheimer's disease. So my day-to-day work is incredibly and overwhelmingly exhausting.
The truth is, working in the food industry is really tough.
So I actually have 2 different people who depend on me financially, relying entirely on my income, not to mention my own family. Countless times I went to bed crying, feeling so sad, and I went to sleep watching one of your videos.
As you share your stories with me, I start having some insights, And I wait for the right moment when I can speak. And I think one of the things we're going to talk about here to start things off today is about revenge. Understand this. In many cases, revenge is actually something that will heal you. Many times, feeling deep anger is actually something that will help heal you. Throughout your life, you were likely taught to forgive others, to just let it go, to walk away in high heels, to always be an elegant person, and to show true maturity. But guys, I have to tell you that doing those things doesn't always take away the underlying pain you feel inside. The first thing we really need to consider is this. What am I going to do to finally ease the deep pain I feel inside? Of course, we must remember that revenge always has its limits. You are not going to spend your whole life just to seek out personal revenge and try to completely crush that other person for the rest of your days. But giving a couple of slaps to someone who tried to slap you can take you to another level, so I don't judge. Hooking up with his best friend was great. It was truly and incredibly wonderful, because you also end up putting him on a completely different emotional level. You're not that important anymore. You're not the only man in my life. And look here, I'm with your friend who's better than you. It is fundamentally different from a guy who treats you with genuine respect, with sincere kindness and with strong moral ethics. It is completely different from a guy who never once sought to hurt you emotionally or physically. Let's act in a mature way. Try to find some middle ground.
I never really needed him the way I did back then. I had a stroke.
Girl, that is exactly what I'm talking about.
Between life and death. And then he suddenly pulled a very shady move.
Turns his back on you. He turns his back on you, goes back to his ex, and he doesn't support you. So girl, let me tell you, what you did is nothing. It's nothing. Seriously, it's nothing. This pathetic individual doesn't even deserve to tread upon the very same ground as you. He's so low, he's just utterly trashy. It's true, girl. Honestly, he doesn't even have the basic dignity to be breathing the same air as you, unless it's within a 10-kilometer radius, simply because he's just not worthy. He is truly not worthy. What happened to you, girl, was a huge liberation. Just stop for a second and imagine being fooled by a jerk like that, and then somewhere further down the line, you end up having a child with him, a much bigger bond, when we already know he has no character at all. Because, guys, let me tell you something. A few actions are enough to show who a person really is. And he's not going to see you. He's not going to see what you need. And he is simply not present here with us at this very moment. This particular individual is not fit to be in your company or by your side.
After I finally walked away from an incredibly toxic and abusive marriage, thanks to you, my life changed. It has completely transformed.
We are absolutely thrilled for you. We are incredibly impressed with your attitude. All of us are wishing you an abundance of light and positivity on your path, a great recovery, and a shower of men and money. Isn't that right, my dear friend?
Thank you very much, Vanessa.
Kiss is beautiful.